Gehraiyaan ending, explained. Does Tia come to know about Alisha and Zain? Whenever mainstream Bollywood announces a project that leans towards being artsy and intense, we are immediately on guard due to the industry's tendency to ruin such projects with blatant commercialization and over-the-top dialogues that are more laughable than deep. Luckily, Gehraiyaan does not follow this route. What holds the movie back is something else entirely. When the trailer for Gehraiyaan dropped, everyone was collectively excited because Bollywood was finally bringing a relationship movie after a long time. And the trailer itself was something fresh and new. Personally, the trailer appealed to us because it lacked the cringe factor we expect from Bollywood relationship movies, and also, nobody was talking in metaphors to sound deep. Which is why we expected to be wrong with our assumptions and were excited about the movie. After watching Gehraiyaan, however, while we are still wrong, as the film is far from cringe-worthy and the dialogues are more grounded in reality, Gehraiyaan is a serious letdown for different reasons. Gehraiyaan Plot Summary For a movie about relationships. Nobody has any chemistry here. The story primarily revolves around three characters: Alisha, Deepika Padukone, Zain, Siddhant Chaturvedi, and Tia, Ananya Pandey. Alisha is a woman who finds herself in a relationship where she is taken for granted and a job that is not quite moving forward the way she wants it to. She fears getting stuck in life and meeting the same fate as her mother. Tia is Alisha's cousin. She is your sweet girl next door, whose money unknowingly controls the actions of everyone in the story. Tia's longtime boyfriend has an affair with Alisha when he starts to feel stuck in the relationship with the former due to her investments in his firm. A very crucial thing for a movie about relationships to work is a minimum amount of empathy for the characters and some relatability or understanding of the viewer for the said relationships. When Alisha responds to and acts upon the attraction she is developing towards Zain, we wish the makers had shown it as just that, something she did to break the monotony of her life, because the supposed troubles we see in her own relationship are mostly left to the viewer's imagination. That was a mistake, as it took away from us the empathy we had for the character of Alisha. We see her go through a lot of angst, but it is hard to feel for her simply because we did not see any depth in it. That is not to say it must not have been there, but it should have been shown to us, considering the nature of the story. Zain is a character who obviously only thinks about himself. It is very obvious that he is with Tia for the money, but we fail to see why Tia is with him. We have no choice here but to conclude that Tia is just a naive character who is easily manipulated. It would have been nice to see how Tia and Zain got together, to begin with, or just more of their relationship. Even without the affair, was it really possible for Tia to have missed that Zain was not in love with her? As the Gehraiyaan progresses, we see Alisha break up with Karan, and while her affair with Zain is still a secret, it is now the most important relationship in her life. The story so far takes up an hour of the runtime. After that, it turns into a movie about a single man manipulating both the women in his life for his business goals. Zain needs money for his business, and Tia is used for that. He can't break up with her anymore, but he also doesn't want to let go of Alisha. What follows is him choosing to do the unthinkable, with disastrous consequences and possibly changing the lives of everyone around him. Major spoilers ahead. Gehraiyaan ending explained. The ending was truly shocking for us to see that Zain, who Alisha had started seeing as her anchor, turned into the person who wanted to take her life because now she was an obstacle in his life. Alisha realizes that Zain has been lying to her again when she sees his messages and accidentally sees him adding pills to her drink. In the confrontation that follows, Zain receives a blow to his head and falls off the yacht, which kills him. That is when Alisha goes back to the mainland all by herself. Something that Gehraiyaan gets right is how trauma can be generational and how, without proper guidance, we end up repeating the mistakes that we so strive to avoid. Alisha started the affair to escape the dead-end relationship she was in because she did not want to be like her mother. But when the truth finally came out, she realized that she had made the exact same mistakes. In a very vulnerable conversation with her father, she decides to accept her past and move on from it instead of constantly fighting it. This reminds us of something we had heard once before: you can't shake off the baggage. You can only learn to carry it so that it does not seem as heavy over time.